After the Dutch GP, Williams made the bold move to replace Logan Sargeant in the team effective immediately. The Williams team principal, James Vowles, has seemingly had enough of Sargeant's inability to bring home points, or even bring the car back in one piece. This decision seems to be justified. However, the team did make a bizarre call as to who will replace Sargeant for the remainder of the season. Williams Racing have chosen Argentinian driver Franco Colapinto to replace Logan Sargeant for the rest of the season. Looking at the reaction from fans, there is a fair share of the community who don't even know who Franco Colapinto is. In the past few years, Williams Racing have made some smart and sensible moves in hopes of improving the performance of the team. But the decision to have Colapinto replace Sargeant for the rest of the season seems to be a bit argumentative. Logan Sargeant's future with Williams has been in doubt for a long time. Just after the summer break, Williams announced that they would replace Sargeant with Sainz from the 2025 season. During FP3 of the first race weekend after the summer break, Logan Sargeant made a very silly error that sent the Williams violently into the wall. Thankfully, Sargeant himself was safe from any major injuries, and he was able to walk out of the car and take part in the race later on Sunday. Right after the accident, reports started to come in suggesting that Vowles did not want to wait until the end of the season to get rid of the American driver. At the time, fans thought Williams would choose Liam Lawson or Mick Schumacher to replace Sargeant. However, the team completely shocked everyone when they announced Calapinto as their next driver. "It is an honour to be making my Formula 1 debut with Williams. This is what dreams are made of," Calapinto said on the news. "The team has such an amazing history and a mission to get back to the front which I can't wait to be part of. Coming into F1 mid-season will be an enormous learning curve, but I'm up for the challenge and I'm fully focused on working as hard as I can with Alex and the team to make it a success." Just last year, Calapinto was driving in the Formula 3 Championship, where he finished 4th in the standings. This year he started his first Formula 2 season and was off to a decent start for a rookie. Maybe not as good as Oscar Piastri, who won the championship in his rookie year, but Calapinto was able to get one race win along with a string of consistent performances. He currently sits 6th position in the championship. However, he will not be able to score any more points in F2 as he takes on his role as an F1 driver for Williams Racing. James Vowles was the one who had to make the final decision to cut Sargeant and to bring in Calapinto. Here's what he had to say about the news. "To replace a driver mid-season is not a decision we have taken lightly, but we believe this gives Williams the best chance to compete for points over the remainder of the season. We have just bought a large upgrade to the car and need to maximise every point scoring opportunity in a remarkably tight midfield battle. We also believe in investing in our young drivers in the Williams Racing Driver Academy, and Franco is getting a fantastic opportunity to demonstrate what he is capable of across the final 9 rounds of the season. This is undoubtedly incredibly tough on Logan, who has given his all throughout his time at Williams, and we want to thank him for all his hard work and positive attitude. Logan remains a talented driver, and we will support him to continue his racing career for the future. I know that Franco has great speed and huge potential, and we look forward to seeing what he can do in Formula 1. Franco Colapinto is currently just 21 years old. Although his performances in F3 and F2 so far have been promising, many fans feel that bringing in a young rookie who hasn't even had a full season in Formula 2 will not help the team score more points. The team would be lucky if Franco could even get 1 point this season. Some feel that a more experienced driver like Liam Lawson or even Mick Schumacher would have been a better option, as they have both had the time in the sport and have scored points for the teams. But let's take a look at things from Williams' perspective and try to understand why they have chosen Franco Colapinto. Ever since he joined the team in 2023, Logan Sargeant has not been performing well. Despite a poor first season, James Vowles decided to give the American driver a second chance by extending his contract for another year. But this year was even worse than the year before. Sargeant has not yet scored a point and is starting to cost the team millions of dollars in damages, hence the team decided to replace him with Sainz from next year. After the summer break, Williams brought significant floor upgrades for the car, which saw Alex Albon qualify in 8th place. With these valuable upgrades installed in the car, Sargeant crashed Williams into the wall. With Sainz already committed to Williams from the 2025 season, the team needed someone to just drive the car for the next 9 races and not crash it. This driver would not continue driving for the team after this year. Given that Sainz is joining the team next year, the teams will not care much about scoring points this season, as they will want to focus on developing a strong car for Albon and Sainz in 2025. Both Liam Lawson and Mick Schumacher are drivers for other teams, Lawson with Red Bull and Mick with Mercedes. Since the expectation from the driver was very low, Williams decided that it would be better to give one of their own drivers a chance at the seat. This way they can help one of their own young drivers to get some experience in F1 and maybe even prepare him for a future F1 seat at Williams. The instruction for Colapinto will be very simple: keep the car on the road, no costly accidents. This will allow Williams to start focusing on developing their car to welcome Carlos Sainz in 2025. James Vowles has often said that the team is going to completely transform from next year. Not just because of Sainz joining the team, but also because of the new technical team that joined this year and the promising results from their Mercedes power units. If Williams had brought in Mick Schumacher, he might have been able to get some points for the team. However, during his stint with Haas in 2021 and 2022, he did cost the team millions of dollars in damages. That's one of the reasons Haas decided to let him go. Ever since Schumacher was let go by Haas in 2022, he has been looking for a chance to prove his talent once again. This was maybe his last chance to get back into F1, but now that Williams has chosen Calapinto, we've probably seen the last of Mick Schumacher in Formula 1. Red Bull reserve driver Liam Lawson might have been able to get some points and maybe keep the car on track. However, Williams would rather give the opportunity to their own academy driver rather than Lawson, who will probably never drive for Williams again. Now that Franco Colapinto has been given this opportunity, he would try to do his best to impress not just this team, but other teams in the paddock as well. Because if he does well, he could be considered for a full-time F1 seat as soon as next year. From the looks of it, Williams would prefer to keep Sainz and Albon in their squad for as long as possible, hence it would be smart for Colapinto to look at other teams as well for an F1 seat. If he does really well this year, he could come under Audi's radar for the 2025 season. Audi is yet to choose their final driver for the 2025 season, and they don't seem keen on retaining Sauber's current drivers, so this is a huge year for Colapinto. Do you think Williams made the right decision to have Colapinto replace Sargeant for the remainder of the season? Post your thoughts in the comment section below.